There's a lot of myths. I'm wearing Invisaligns.
Great marketing.
Myths. Yes, we provide them here at work. You might talk a little bit funny, but they will straighten out your teeth.
Mm-hmm.
There was a time cigarettes were uh, prescribed for stress relief and butter for fat loss, you know. Uh, and this was like way back in the 60s. And there are still some myths that that have been debunked, but still continuing. And the one we're going to talk about today is that dentists have the highest suicide rate amongst all medical professionals, which is not true, but also it's still a stressful field. But no, I don't think we have a higher chance of offing ourselves compared to a physician or a different specialist. It's all stressful work, but we are dentists. So today we will be talking about dental stress on the side of dentists. I think we've done a video on patient anxiety. If we haven't, probably will. It's probably in the plans somewhere. But I think we've spoken about something like this already. Yeah, so welcome to Hill's Talk. I am Craig.
And I'm surprised.
Sweet. Intro music.
Can you shut up?
So, a lot of dentists are stressed, and there's a lot of factors around it. And we'll just be talking about a couple of them. This is not a scientific publication, more like a peer review slash peer podcast chat. Podcast dudes.
Yeah, I'm officially become a podcaster. My dreams are,
Yeah, what more is there to do?
yeah, enlightenment.
Yeah. So, what does cause stress for you or us?
So I'd say there would be three factors for stress, if I can list it like that. There's the clinical stress. So that's the stress that you face because of a case, because of something you're working on, the stress of dentistry. If you're running the organization, all that organizational stress. And three, um, the stress of combining dentistry in your life. And yeah, I think the moving forward, like what's next and whatever. So I think those are the three aspects of stress for me.
Oh, yeah. And the patients,
Yeah.
apart from the procedure,
Mm-hmm.
the human being
Mm-hmm.
thing can cause you a lot of stress as
How
well.
do they cause you stress?
There's multiple ways. Hi, how you doing? I'm Dr. Craig. I hate dentists. I don't want to be here. You people will hurt me. I'm traumatized. Open your mouth. That can cause you a lot of stress. You're trying to inject. And it's a lot of it's a lot of pressure because like I am required to put in accurate work, beautiful work, but the patient is coughing, not swallowing their water,
Can't open their mouth.
can't open their mouth, spitting. It can be very stressful because most of the materials we use are hydrophobic, as in they don't go along well with water. Like a little bit of water there might screw up the entire treatment.
Yeah.
And that's on me because you're going to say, just dentists these days, they don't know what they're doing. It's those dreadlocks. Like, so like when you are stressed in my chair, you're feeling very uncomfortable and it's showing. You're tense. You're like shutting your eyes and you're clenching and you're squeezing everything. It's contagious. It does trigger a reaction out of me. No matter how much of a poker face I try to keep, my heart rate will increase a little bit. Yeah.
And it also makes you a bit stressed. Like now you're like, oh, when you touch the probe, are you being too rough? So it makes you like it doesn't make your workflow nice. It makes you more hesitant because you know what? Sometimes, for example, if you are trying to um, what let me see let me think about something that you have to remove. You have to apply a bit of pressure to remove something, and when you're trying to do that and somebody's squirming and clenching and moving the other way, it makes your life hard. It's like, oh, this makes life hard.
Yeah.
And bearing in mind, when we talk about clinical, dentistry is very technical, right? As much as it doesn't seem like it, it seems like, oh, all these guys do is sit in a chair, pull out a couple of teeth, and boom, they go home in their Maseratis. No, no, no. It's very technical. Like, the assistants we work with will tell you how much stress, how much sweat they've seen,
Yeah.
like there's a 3 weeks ago, we tried to remove a post and core. Like it looks like just removing a post and core, but this is technical work. Like you've got to shake it and it's stuck in the tooth and you mess up the tooth and the patient is angry. And it's worse if you're working in the aesthetic zone. Now you're like, if I mess up this, if this case is messed up, this person's aesthetics will be compromised for a good amount of time.
And that's on you.
And that's on you. Like all of this is on you. Like when you're doing a crown prep, you have to be like accurate by millimeters. It doesn't look like it because we make it look so easy. That's how we get paid to do this. Like
Yeah.
the other day I was with Tom. He's using Canva, right? You should see how good Tom is with Canva. Like he just click, 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 click. I was like, Tom, you do this for money? He said, yes, he does.
Yeah.
So like
Exactly.
the reason why it looks so easy and it looks like, oh, we can fix everything is because we do this all the time, but it's quite difficult work. So we do have to be very precise. And if you're stressed, it makes it a bit harder for us to do that.
Yeah. Like none of the procedures have centimeters on them. Everything we do is like described in millimeters. And you have to do this from the time you get in at 9 to whenever you clock out. And that in itself is stressful, even if the patient is still. And you ended up with a lot of emotional reactions. It can pile up. Yeah.
And then not to factor and to add, like now, as you're doing this, you have to, and then this is why we will usually talk you through the treatment and say this treatment is not going to last forever and make you sign consent forms. It's not to like say we are waiving ourselves of any responsibility. It's to say the work is technical and has different outcomes for everyone. We did discuss this in everybody's different video. We did. So that's the kind of stuff. And what also makes it harder is the fact that now you have to deal with like the other things, the money part. Will the medical aid pay? How much can the patient afford? The patient can't pay the whole amount up front. You're going to have to do this treatment in stages. Now you think about, and the business stress. Oh, wow. Wow.
Exactly.
Wow.
There's payroll. We weren't taught HR at school. There is taxes. There is salaries increases. There's all the bills that you have to do. Like, and if you mess up with like taxes, it's not a good excuse to say like, but they didn't teach me this at school. You're running a small business, and everything around the small business, you gotta face it. So that can be really, really stressful as well.
Like the first time, like public liability, I only heard about this like outside of school. I was like, what is that? And like, if somebody I didn't know walks into this building and falls, they can sue us. They can sue you, right? And you're like, oh, but protect yourself with a company to all the finance bros. But like, yeah, they will come for you and your company as well. So like that makes it hard. So now you have to start thinking about stuff like that,
Yeah.
and you have to start thinking about
The
like,
annual COWIDA,
Yeah,
you like, oh,
COWIDA.
yeah, you gotta pay 2.5.
like what?
And then you gotta pay for legal cover for your practice clinical side.
Yeah.
Then like sickness and liability. That's like, wait, all this money, what's happening? You gotta pay like pay as you earn, UIF for all the employees. You gotta help them like, oh, we must add benefits, top one benefits, and you gotta compensate with their medical aid and suppliers, all different prices. And this product was discontinued, but we have this new, perfect, more expensive one, and it's just
And you know what sucks?
Yeah.
That the sales reps don't tell you, we've got this new fancy product. It costs so much, and your expectations are like up here, and you use the product, and you're like, oh, sucks. Should have just stuck to what I knew.
Yeah.
So like now you also have to like, and again, we love the sales reps. I love the sales reps. I love them. They expose me to new things. But they come, right? They sell you a product. They tell you all these things, and you see beautiful graphs and studies, and you're like, wow,
It's amazing.
it's amazing.
Like, you don't have the cash for it, take it, you can pay it off. I'm like, oh, sure, cool, I'll do that. 10,000 rands. And the 10,000 rands turn to 20,000 rands, and like, now you gotta pay for it. We're talking, I think it's funny. We're supposed to be talking about stress, and I think the stress is showing now. Like, do you see how stressed we are in talking about this?
So this is all happening. All these calculations are happening whilst you're on the chair. So be thinking about, okay, we can't use so much of this material. We can't waste this material. We have to be very like conscious of how much we use of it. At the same time, we have to make sure we do a good product, like we give you a great service. We also have to make sure that as we're working, like you're not in discomfort, and we have to check in on you. And it's stressful. Like the whole setting is very stressful. But we don't want to turn this into a ranting session
Yeah,
because we'll start crying soon.
yeah.
I'm like,
You
"Oh,
start seeing the
give me some
veins
tissue."
on the, yeah.
This is sad.
Exactly. So for us, it's a little bit better because we can vent to each other at the end of the day. But for majority of the dentists, they're running solo.
Yes.
It's one. So the isolation as well, because you can't talk about this with your staff. You know, you're supposed to keep a smooth running machine. So you gotta keep all of this in, and you can't go back home and talk to your wife about it because
Unless he's a dentist.
unless he's a dentist.
Would you marry a dentist?
Huh?
Okay, that's a no. I can't marry a dentist, but
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, moving on.
Moving on.
And there's other factors as well, like in South Africa, Eskom. So you gotta, like, there's power cuts. You have to think about generator, solar, or if you don't have any of that, there's no power for like 3 hours. All your appointments get messed up. You know, how do you work around that? Water. Almost all our procedures require water, and there isn't any. That is kind of stressful because patients don't get there. Like, what, I drove from 4 ways and there was traffic and you can't do the procedure? You know, it's a lot. Why don't you have some reserves?
And dude, and also like the general dental equipment you see is not that reliable. And even if you buy a chair from a German brand, like this stuff breaks. Like the amount of stuff that breaks is insane. Like each week it's a new problem, you know. It's autoclave, it's like your curing light,
Slow hand
it's your
piece.
slow hand piece that goes off.
Uh-huh.
And man,
The suction.
the suction.
Yeah.
So now this is a setting that happens frequently. You're working and the thing you need is broken. At the moment you need it. Happens a lot. And
Yeah.
yeah.
It is. It's quite a bit that's happening, but also interesting enough, women in dentistry and let's say medicine and dentistry are experiencing more stress because of the silent load, the free labor they have to do. Like they're talking double shifts. So it's not like biologically they are different from us. It's more there's the kids
Yeah.
after work.
Yeah. We don't have kids. So
Yeah.
we're putting ourselves in people's shoes who have kids.
Yes. So there's a dentist. She's married. She has a child, also running a solo practice. So after the stressful day here, she has to go make sure that she's showing up as a great parent, a great partner, and like you can be stoic about it. Like, I had a long day. Leave me alone while I read my newspaper and smoke my cigar. While most women cannot afford that opportunity.
That's
They
true.
have to show up all the time.
Societal norms,
Yeah, societal norms.
allow for men to just be like stoic and centered in work, but for women, not so much.
Exactly.
Mm.
And at work, they come in and like, oh, you're the dentist? Thought you were the nurse. Where's the real doctor? Like they experience that. And if they're not experiencing that, they're experiencing men who see a wife. You probably see it on some dental pages or any other account on like IG. Someone is selling a weave or a dental product, and we're like, all right, Lucy's my size, my type.
Yeah.
And then like to come in here, they'll ask for the numbers, and like you have to be professional and let them down gently. But it's still like harassment at work, like to hit on someone when they're providing a service for you. It's a different load. It's probably like a load that him and I will never really understand, because even if it happens, it's like once in a blue moon.
Never happened to me.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's never happened to me.
Yeah.
But essentially, it's just different.
So I would say, what can you do to make life easier for your dentist? What can you do? I'd say number one, understand they're on your team. Like, it might seem like they're on the opposite side because they want to take your money or funds, but they're not. Like, honestly, I think we don't do this because you want to cash grab as much money. Yes, you want to make a living, you do, but you also want to provide a great service. And every great dentist I know takes great pride in their work. Great pride. Like, I'm telling you guys, there are really WhatsApp groups where people show their work, flex their work,
WhatsApp statuses.
So people really take joy and pride in this work. So if you see your dentist, just understand they're on your team. And if you're not feeling that they are on your team, maybe you don't understand their personality, their style of communication, and it's fine. I mean, there's so many dentists out there with a plethora of personalities that could appeal to you, or settings or environments, and you can explore those. But once you found that, just understand that whatever happens in your journey, whether the treatment becomes complicated or not, this person is on your team.
They don't want you in pain. Like recalls where the patient is in pain causes us stress. We do not want that. So like, best believe we want to get you out of pain. If something fails, and sometimes they do, it's not because of incompetence or aggression or we don't like you or anything like that, or we are, what's the word? I forget the word.
Sadistic?
Yeah, that's the word. We're not sadistic.
Or malevolent.
Yeah. None of it is out of malice, essentially. So, yeah, on your team, we're on the same side. And I think you can rephrase some statements. Instead of, I hate dentists, you can say, dentists make me anxious. And then, we will incorporate that and try to work out a treatment plan which might be spaced out. Or if you prefer to do it in one go, we'll just try and compress everything. But basically not hateful and malicious language. Like, I don't want to be here. Like, sure, hello. I almost cussed, stressing me out. But just word it. Because like we'll tell you like, hey, raise your hand if you are in pain. Do not jump out of the chair. Everything around here is sharp.
Yeah, so, and also look at that, like you said, but there's a thing I actually wanted to say. Oh man, oh yes, asking questions. And that's why we did have that video. Like, this is why it's good to ask the questions, have that communication channel with your practitioner so that you can understand where they're coming from with each of the things they are recommending for you. And also, like, yeah, I think that's the key one here.
Yeah. And you, as the dentist, what can you do about this stress?
Because dentists watch our videos.
Yes. What can you do about it?
We're not psychologists, Pete.
We're not. Yeah, we're not. I'm going to tell you what has worked for me, and he will tell you what has worked for him as well. you must have a stress relief system.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to create, like, let's keep it in the workplace. You want to have a relaxing environment, be it the relationships between the staff and you and the staff. Try and keep it smooth so that at least that is not a stressor. Like a friendly, warm environment, curated, especially if you're in private,
And
just,
you're the owner.
and you're the owner.
Yeah, you can do it.
You can do
Yeah,
it.
you've got that. Yeah.
Like try to keep it as least toxic as possible. Listen to the staff, communicate with the staff, understand that you're working with people, even though you're the one paying salaries. Do not be a dictator. Do not be a dictator.
Yeah, and on that top, like also understand that as much as they are your employees, they also have great ideas as well, and ideas which can actually help your business. So listening to them, really value the ideas they provide to you. Like if they say, you know what, I think we should try this, like don't brush it off and say, yeah, go open your own practice. And really think about it and say, oh, maybe that is a thing. Because when you implement their ideas and you guys have this healthy symbiosis, it makes the environment pretty sweet.
Yes. Another thing before we wrap up, because I think the video is getting too long.
Yes.
Sorry.
Hobbies,
Not
exercise.
hobbies and exercise. Those two.
Yeah,
I
right.
forgot like what I wanted to say. My brain just went blank.
Yeah, I know you.
Time. Wait, but it's important. I knew it was important.
Yeah, yeah, but hobbies and exercises is another one. I think having good hobbies, having outlets like exercise, having a life, like just it's hard because we don't know what everybody's like day to day is, but like having some type of third space outside of dentistry really helps, especially on those stressful moments.
Yeah, we dance. We go dancing a lot. We dance way too much. Yeah, but I just remembered what it was. I just said I remembered what the thing was. Boundaries. He always mocks me. He's like, "Oh, Craig and your princely ways." Yeah, you must have very firm boundaries. Every story Surprise has told me about where he has gone above and beyond for a patient, it never ends well because, well, for you to have to go above and beyond for someone, that means they're already difficult. Okay? I'm not saying don't take any extra steps, but create boundaries that you don't find yourself bending and breaking your back over one case. That's like when in dental school, they're like, sit in this position and work like this. And if a patient is uncomfortable, it's best the patient is uncomfortable because they're just there for a moment, but you will have to be there and treat 10 more patients that day. So if your back's like this because the patient's sitting weird and then your back's like this, it's just not, you're not going to last long. It's going to burn you out. So do have boundaries. If you are an appointment-based practice, that trying to see a walk-in who came in at 4:45, it's that extra 1,000 rands you are going to charge is not worth it. And you might be in a tight financial spot, but just try and do something quick and book it at a convenient time where the staff is not stressed, everyone's trying to leave. Just create those boundaries. And it's not your fault that someone decided to come in at 4:45. It's their fault. Like why when you're in pain, like dental pain doesn't just come out of nowhere and it's like out of 10, it's like on a scale of 10. It always starts slow. It starts small. So they ignored it. It's not your place to be a hero. Don't play heroics all the time.
Indeed.
You can save some, but like if you're doing that too frequently, it doesn't mean your business will be better or anything. Most of those people won't even return. They're not grateful for it. So like create that boundary, how you work, let your staff know how you work, and then try to stick to it so you can protect yourself.
And that's it.
Yeah. Take it easy.